Not actually, it depends if I've been cutting hair for a very long time. Obviously, it would be ideal to go to a barber school to go get the qualifications to know exactly what to do in terms of learning different types of textures of hair. But if you've started at an early stage and you know how to cut hair, you don't really need that to be successful, because at the end of the day, you got to look at it, it's all more clientele based. So if you get the right clients and they like the type of way you cut the hair, then you build from there. If you're consistent every day, you be cutting hair every day, and you're willing to learn and you go out your way to learn new ways of cutting hair, you're not just stuck in the old ways of cutting hair and you're thinking that's it. There's always going to be room for growth. Even me, I still learn. Even though I've been in the industry for like 16 years, I still go out my way to go learn, educate myself, see the right tools to use to be better. So I'll round it up to, 5 years for you to be actually a master barber. Some can do it in 3 years, 2 years, depending on the talent. But 5 years to be actually a master barber, where you can be like, okay, I know exactly what I'm doing. I think watching other barbers will be your biggest mistake, because you're comparing yourself to other barber. And let's say a barber has been in the industry for like 10 years and you are a beginner barber, you're comparing yourself to him, thinking you should get the same type of clientele base as him. As a beginner barber, I think you go downhill when you start doing things like that. I think you should actually just focus on just yourself, focus on developing your skill, mastering it, and focusing on being the best version of yourself. Only as good as yesterday, because your source is definitely going to be different to another person's source. Like what works for someone else is not going to work for you. Sometimes someone can be cutting in a different types of style, and then you try to copy them, and that's not your style, that's not your source. You feel what I'm saying? So as a beginner barber, stop watching other barbers progress. Don't be focusing on, oh, this person's making more money than me, because you don't want to do that, because that's actually going to cripple you in terms of growth. They're probably like 25 a year, depending if you're in a busy shop, busy location, you can be pulling like 25 a year as a beginner barber, and then after that you can scale up, but it really depends on the location that you're at. You got to go to a shop where it's pumping, it's jumping, and then when you go to a shop that's busy and jumping, then your skill levels, you adapt to it faster than being in a shop that's quiet. So if you're a beginner barber, I'd just say try to find a shop that's just bait and active, and don't worry too much about the price. If a shop is charging lesser than usual and it's busy, you should be more concerned about making sure that your skills are up to date and up to scratch as how you want it to be, until you can start to level up and upgrade and go to a location where you can start charging more for your skills. The best clippers to use as a beginner barber would be wall clippers and a detailer. Detailer is quite good because you can wrap your whole hands around it and it feels like you're actually joining a client's head than actually using one of the big bulky Andis, So as a beginner barber, you want to get something that's light so you can get a feel out of it before you start upgrading to the pro clippers. I said it goes back to going back to a busy shop where it's jumping. It doesn't matter what the price is. Remember, you're a beginner barber, and your primary goal is to get your skills up there, because your work's gonna speak for itself. So even if you're trying to get clients, the only way you're gonna get clients is word of mouth. If someone say, yeah, go to him, he's a good barber. So for you to get that, you need to go to a shop that is crazy busy. Go to a location where a lot of people go to get their haircut. Start from there. If people are charging a cheap price for a haircut, you really just want to get your work out there. You don't want to be charging premium price and no one's coming to you because no one knows you. So go to somewhere where it's busy, it's cheap, get your work out there. With your work out there, you're gonna say to the brethren, their friends, yo, my man knows how to cut hair, and then from there you go from there. You know what I'm saying? So remember this as well, yeah? When you're giving out a good haircut to, let's say, a kid that's like 12 or 15, they got older brothers. Their older brothers can see that trim and be like, that's a bad trim, and come to you and get a trim from you. The older brothers, they got brethren, and the brethren can come to you as well, and also their brethren got cousins, they can come to you as well, and this is how you build your clientele. Not really, word of mouth still holds way more weight than social media. Social media, it's like marketing. You marketing your brand. Word of mouth is really what sells in this industry. People go tell their friends, or someone can tell their friends, give them your social media also as word of mouth. So I feel that word of mouth is way more important than social media. Social media is important as well because you need to display your art. on the public platform so we can see what you're dealing with. So it's like more of a marketing tool. But really and truly, you want to focus on giving out the best service so someone can go tell their friends or family about your work, and word of mouth will always hold weight. Always hold weight. I think you definitely need to have a passion for this. It's not like a job, because you're going to meet different types of walks of life. You got to be able to interact with them as well. You definitely got to be more realistic with yourself and what you want to get out of it. And, you know, to make yourself last long in this industry that we're at, you know, you have to be resilient, and you need to understand that, you know, there's going to be slow days and there's going to be up days as well. But you need to know how to navigate that. Not just about the money. The money's sweet, don't get it twisted, but it's all about the craft, the enjoyment, and the people as well. You got to be able to know how to interact with people, because you're going to be seeing people 24/7, you know. And another thing as well that will make you last in this industry is you got to have goals. You got to give yourself target where you want to see yourself in the next 5 years, where you want to see yourself in the next 10 years. And those are the type of things that keep you going and keep you motivated. And you got to always make sure you stay hungry, stay motivated, you know. And average barbers are scared of losing customers. Elite barber are more focusing on gaining clients than customers. And also the difference between an elite barber and an average barber: an elite barber focus more on systems put in place to make sure that the business moves smoothly. An average barber just plays it by ear, you know. So there's definitely different tiers as well, you know, and them too. Listen, if I helped you guys in terms of what you need to know about the industry before you get into it, make sure you like this and subscribe. I'll catch you guys in the next one. You guys stay blessed, look after yourself. Peace.